TeraBrite daily vlogs.
Morning, guys. So I just got my my impressions, the molds of my ears done, and that was a weird freaking feeling. I had to have a hearing test first, and then she like stuck the mold into my ear, and like I had to have my mouth open because I guess that's how the company that's making my in-ears wanted me to do it, because I guess, I mean, my mouth's gonna be open when I'm singing, so, but check this out. Can't open this. I don't want to rip it. That's my ears. That's my ear canal. She said I have tiny, tiny ears. It's funny. I hope that it's enough for Air Audio to be able to work with, but I cannot wait. It's gonna be amazing. The lady said that my right ear hears a little better than my left ear, and that it's just very minute, but there's my left ear needed I think she said for me to hear the frequency it needed to be a little louder than the right ear. So not quite sure, but I did tell you guys I had a problem during the band practice with my left ear going I think I told you that last year. Like if I faced a certain way or something, if something got too loud, my ear would just like feel weird. And I think I've also heard that my left ear, traveling on an airplane once, my ear just like popped and like oozed. It hurt really bad, but I'm not deaf, so that's good. I have pretty good hearing, so I'm not sure if it's very good. I think it's very good. She didn't really tell me. I'm pretty sure it's very good. I was hearing some pretty high frequencies. Chicken and stir fry with fries. Is it good? Yum. So something weird just happened. Actually, I should probably not do this with a loud blasting TV behind me. This is weird. No!
So, the other day we were supposed to go, well, we were scheduled to go back to Orlando to bring my splint and give it back to him and get my money back for the splint because it didn't work for me. If you're confused, I'm talking about I went to this TMJ specialist in Orlando, and he gave me a splint, which is like, it's not like an arm splint, it's like a mouthpiece sort of thing that just
looks like a Invisalign.
Yeah, kind of like a Invisalign looking, that goes on your top row of your teeth, and it's like, it's flat at the bottom, and it helps you bite down, or like helps you, like, for people that grind, even though I don't really grind, and I don't know. But anyways, it's for people with TMJ, which I have. And he gave me a splint, it didn't work out for me, it made things worse, so he told me to take it out, and I asked if I can get my money back, and he said yes, just to bring it down there and I'd get my money back. And then that day, I decided to call him and ask him if he'd be willing to just let me ship it to him, and he said actually he'd prefer that because he, I guess their system was down at the time, and they were about to go out the door for some reason. I don't really understand what he was saying, but he seemed glad that I was asking if we could ship it to him. So he gave me the address, my mom made a label for it, we put it in one of the packages my parents use because they ship stuff all the time to the learning station, and like we packaged it well. Was it a box or was it a... No, it's a little envelope. Envelope, yeah. And we packaged it well so it wasn't bouncing around in there. Stuck the label on it that she printed out. She has like a whole like label printing system. Well, it's really hard to talk right now. Every time I talk, my right ear pops. And it's been annoying me. I've been trying to like push through it, but it's like really getting to me. But yeah, we stuck the thing on it and we brought it to the post office, and it happened to be like right when they were closing, so we were kind of like rushing. And we gave it to him, everything was fine. He stuck like this green label over our label, which
it was certified, because we made it where we could track it.
Yeah, we got it certified. And he stuck the green label over our label, which I thought was a little bit weird. I was like, I guess that's what they're supposed to do. I don't know, I don't really go to the post office a whole lot. And then we grabbed the receipt and I put it in Sabrina's purse. I was like, keep that just in case something weird happens. We didn't really look at the receipt, we just figured everything was right, because my parents deal with this stuff all the time, and I don't know, I just figured everything would be fine. And it turns out my parents just got a call from one of their customers from the warning station saying that, like, they thought they don't think it's a joke.
Is this some, I don't know if this is some
I don't know if this is some sort of joke or something, but they got someone's retainer in the mail, and like they were reading off what it says on the case, and it sucks. So
In New
for whatever,
York.
yeah, so for whatever reason, they either printed out the wrong label that I put on the package, and they gave me something that they made for one of their previous customers, which I think they're pretty sure that they did ship out the stuff for that customer, so everything's fine for them. The TMJ specialist isn't getting like a Tony Chestnut CD or something. So I think they made sure that everything was right for that because they looked at the receipt. But we looked at our receipt and it says the address that person called, like it's that person's address. So I'm not sure if they put the wrong label on it or if they had something in their database or something and accidentally like put like that green thing that they put on it. Maybe that like was a address for someone previously, because the labels do like say like the warning station on it, so maybe it somehow like got confused in their computer. I don't really know, but it must be really weird that they ordered like a warning station CD and they got a splint. And they're probably really confused. But
I hope she doesn't throw it away.
yeah, I know.
We need it back.
Luckily, they did put the address on the container for the splint, so maybe, without even thinking about it, maybe she just shipped it back to the TMJ people, which might make sense. But it's kind of weird, and I don't think we can get our money back until they get the splint, so I don't know what's going on, but it's just weird. So we're back to wanting to back things up again. We just bought a 4 TeraBrite hard drive, and it's not a network access storage, NAS or whatever, and it's not a Drobo or Synology or whatever. It's just a freaking regular 4 terabyte Western Digital hard drive, because I don't trust Seagate hard drives because I've had a lot break in the past, and I don't think I've even ever had a Western Digital drive break. Knock on wood. It's probably not even wood, but still, like, I don't know. That's just my preference because of past experiences. I used to prefer the Seagate hard drives just because, like, for some reason they were cheaper but faster, usually, like back in the day. I always bought those and my hard drives would always be failing, and then I switched to Western Digital and never really had any problems after that, which is kind of weird. It's only like a little bit more, so I don't really know. Maybe they got better since then. But anyway, did you tell them that you got your in-ear thing?
Yeah,
Did you show them? Mm-hmm. Oh, you did? Anyway, so we got the hard drive. It's right here. There it is right there. It's in my book. And I have a Cronus. And I have some other backing up program, I think. I think one does incremental backups and a Cronus does like the images of like your full system. And I know a lot of you guys think we should get like the Drobo or the Synology or whatever. I don't know how to say it, but can't really afford that right now, that's why I got that. So I kind of got to rely on something like a Cronus, I think, or the other program I have, which I can't really remember what it is right now. I uninstalled them though because I wasn't using them and they were taking up space and we're kind of like really low on space. So I almost feel like I just want to install a Cronus because I think a Cronus might be able to do incremental backups. I'm not really sure. But the thing is, I'm really confused because we're super, like, extremely not organized with our files. Because, I mean, you gotta, like, give us slack here because we're YouTubers, so we do a lot of videos. There's not only, like, completed videos, like, there's, like, exports of videos everywhere because, like, we screw with, like, exporting settings and, like, there's, like, final videos and then we see something that's screwed up and we export another one and, like, there's, like, a whole bunch of exports of them. Taylor Swift Safe and Sound 1, Taylor Swift Safe and Sound 2, Taylor Swift Safe and Sound Final, Taylor Swift Safe and Sound Final 2. It's, like, because, like, we get, like, really weird about things that we see and we have to redo it. But we want to keep the other files in case something bad happens. I don't know. And then, like, we have to go back to that one. So there's a lot of exports, and then there's a lot of raw footage, like, sitting around, which is really hard to organize that. There's a lot of, like, Zoom audio, a lot of thumbnails that, like, screenshots everywhere. And then there's a lot of, obviously, audio files, which I didn't really understand the best way to organize them until recently, like, for recording for Cubase. I was always confused how that worked, because, like, it seemed to me that the files just kind of, like, went in a random place. But I never noticed that when you're making a new project that it actually asks you, like, the folder you want to make. So it was always putting all my files in, like, the same folder, and it was, like, kind of weird. And I just realized that recently. And I can't really go back on all the other ones, so I kind of just have, like, scattered audio files everywhere with, like, project names and stuff. They're usually, like, Untitled 1, Untitled 2, or something like that. And it's just kind of weird. My jaw's kind of hurting. So we're just super unorganized, and not only are we unorganized with all these files and they're all kind of scattered everywhere, well, also we have this, I'm pretty sure everyone has this problem where you just, like, drag a file to the desktop. I hate when you're like reading tutorials that tell you how to do something, and they're like, oh yeah, first step, drag it to the desktop, because that's like the worst thing you could possibly do. But because of stuff like that, we kind of, I think everyone sort of has like a habit of dragging things to the desktop, which is a terrible habit because then it fills up and then you have to delete things. And when that happens, you start moving it to like random folders. Like every once in a while we make this folder on the desktop called like everything. And like we drag it all into that folder. And like, it's, I don't know, it's just, because we don't have time to organize things. We just gotta, we're constantly putting out vlogs, we're constantly putting out music videos, we're constantly writing music, we're constantly recording music, constantly redoing things. It's just like we're constantly playing video games, and a lot of the times we have to be like kind of creative with how we store things because we're running low on space on the C drive, which is like the main desktop drive. So sometimes I even, like when I install something, I have to install it on like a random like external hard drive and stuff. So like everything gets really confusing. And I kind of like that's why I kind of want to start over fresh and like force myself to be organized with everything and have this computer like in the closet or something in case if I need something. And then whenever we move out, we'll have 2 computers because this computer works perfectly for Vegas. For whatever reason, the 500 series of NVIDIA graphics cards apparently have the like a high-end version of CUDA that NVIDIA didn't actually mean to put into their graphics cards. So like the 500 series is like the best series you could buy for Vegas, and like people did all kinds of tests and they were like, I don't know why the 580 is editing videos better than the 600 and the blah blah blah, but at the 600 series they changed everything. They changed their architecture for the CUDA and everything. So at that point Vegas at the time didn't really support it for a long time. I think the new versions kind of support it, but not really in export, so it exports slowly. That's why people are recommending AMD cards now. And our card I don't even think supports the latest version of Vegas, so it gets really confusing. So I think it'd be nice to have this computer around using the specific build of Vegas that we have right now. Actually, even if we used an update for Vegas 12 right now, I don't think it would work with our card anymore, because I think they made a change for some reason. So we kind of were stuck with this specific build. Anyway, yeah, we have 2 580s on our computer. I'm like rambling a lot.
Yeah, what the heck?
What am I talking about anymore?
I don't know, I had to plug my ear so I can concentrate.
I'm sorry. You're mean.
Well, that was a fail raspberry.
So anyway, I'm really confused. I don't know where to start. I want to have like an image of everything, but I don't know like how to go about that. If I would take an image of just the C drive or take it of the C drive and the other 2 internal drives that are inside the computer. If you could even make an image of 3 drives, or I'd have to do an image of each drive individually, because I do have applications installed on some of the internal drives. And I kind of want it, like if something bad happens, I want to be able to restore everything to how it was. And I also want to have like incremental backups of just files, so I don't have to restore everything if like something goes wrong and I need a file. But at that point, like, it just gets really confusing of where I back up, like what folders to back up and everything. And I it's so confusing. That's why every time we get a hard drive, we eventually like need hard drive space really bad. So we start using it as storage instead of a backup, and then we just like forget about it. And it's just really it's a huge pain in the butt. And it's probably going to be the same thing that happens to this, because we're already running low on space. I don't know. And we can't really do cloud stuff because it's like 4 terabytes of just like files. And I don't even know if I could do like the image and the incremental backups on the same hard drive. I don't like the idea that there's going to be CPUs like running in the background for the incremental backups, and then I could obviously exit the application, but then it's not going to be incrementally backing up anymore. So that's kind of like defeating the purpose of incremental backups. And I mean, if I install the software on there again, it's taking up space again, which is going to be annoying. And even in the past, I've done an Acronis backup, and it did, like, for whatever the backup got like corrupted and it wouldn't restore, and I had to like start from scratch. So like it's all just, I almost feel like backing up isn't even worth it anymore, but I know it is. And I kind of wish I could do like a cloud backup, but that's like ridiculous. It's 4 terabytes. And I think I already said that. I don't know. If you have any ideas, tell me in the comments.
Share your favorite in life. If you don't, you might not be a troll, but you're not very